I lost $30,000 in 4 months in Nigeria. Here's how it happened. So longtime viewers of the channel will remember that. I actually got my phone stolen last night. It was a gnarly night in Cape Town. Who's to say exactly what happened, but at some point we got our phone lifted off us. So we have to go get a new phone. I'm checking the Apple stores in Nigeria, and I'm seeing some really concerning things. First of all, the pictures are all shirts. There's some knockoff Gucci, there's like a group pic, and the first time they show a phone, it's a goddamn iPhone 8. Okay, well maybe there's another phone. Nope, what the Yeah, so we're not gonna be getting a phone in Nigeria. So I send one in from Chicago to Nigeria. It takes about a month, which is crazy. Another 400 bucks. Cool, and that's the end of it. No. It all starts with an email from Jogankwo at UPS saying I owe almost 600 bucks to release the package with my phone. So we venture quite deep into the mainland to go to the UPS headquarters.
What is this fee like based off of?
If anybody undervalues any item, it will be revalued to the proper cost.
Sure, except I listed the exact price I paid for everything. And that's when we got the truth.
Why they are holding it, like I explained to you, is because to them it is undervalued.
For them, it's just like how they feel.
You know, it's a government job, so sometimes they do it the government way. That's the situation we find ourselves in.
So now we know the import fee is equal to whatever the government feels it's worth, not the actual value of the items.
300. Can you pay 300?
So I pay the 300 bucks. I go to the UPS next week feeling like a kid on goddamn Christmas, and they're still holding the phone.
I will see them and ask them what is required for clearance. She's not supposed to do that because we are not allowed to interfere.
I paid to release it and they're still not releasing it.
This is a different government agency. Just give me the number.
I call the mystery number and they tell me I owe the remainder of the original amount. So that whole day of negotiating at the warehouse was just for literally no reason. So I go to the airport where they're holding my package and goddamn, I can see it. So I pay the final 400 bucks. I finally get my phone. And funny enough, there's actually a password on it. So someone was using it. Anyway, let's move on to some of the bigger ways in which I lost money. So I was keeping my wallet in this drawer. I had $1,500 in here. And then I come back after one weekend trip and just, my money is just wiped. It's just all gone. So I tell the landlord and he sends me this. Good morning, Mr. Noah. How was your night? Trust you had a wonderful rest. And secondly, I've checked and confirmed you haven't lost the money, bro. So calm down and check it and get back to me. Thanks, you. Can we talk? Are you free? So when you said like I didn't have the money stolen and then you like did an investigation, what exactly did you do?
The investigation I told you, I have to investigate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put all my boys, then ask them questions. How did money, where did they keep the money?
Is the only approach just to ask questions? Because like they're not gonna admit that they took it.
Okay, oh, no, I didn't come again, what did you say?
There's just a lot of like random shit that's happened in my apartment. The service fee is like 2,000 bucks a person, which makes no sense because we have like no services. Like the power and Wi-Fi will cut out all the time. Like this is literally a 6-hour time lapse where the power doesn't come back. None of the chairs have any back support. The legs are inverted, so they fall over really easily. The shelves in my room have been broken for like a month. There's like a mystery stain on the couch. The toilet periodically stops flushing. Takes the strength of like 100 men to open my drawers, like they haven't been oiled in so long. The Wi-Fi's awful. I FaceTime people and there's like 20 pixels. But I'm not gonna sit here and complain about the services in a third world country. I'm gonna complain about this shit. A new letter from my landlord asking for another $1,500 per person as a service charge for the goddamn services we don't have. It's $6 million for the extra service charge. How did you get that number, by the way?
It's a calculation that the landlord and his team did it.
So is it 6 million total, or it's another 6 million? You're saying?
It's another 6 million, but if you're proposing something, I can propose to the landlord.
A lot of weird shit going on here. I don't know. Let's just move on for now. They're probably thinking two things at this point. Number one, this is a pretty good video. I should drop a like and subscribe. Yeah, you damn well should. And number two, what's going on? There's only a few minutes left, and this number does not look like this number. Well, it's fucking about to. The government charging higher prices for imports, the landlord raising rent. There's a reason for all of it.
The
rate of the diesel that we are purchasing now is quite far different with what we used to buy before.
It's just crazy because the inflation affected everything, so had to increase everything.
So like a week before I moved to Africa, I checked the currency and I see it dropped like 40% in a week.
Nigeria's inflation rate rose to its highest in more than 27 years in December.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting paid in this fucking Monopoly money. I just lost like 12 racks.
Inflation continued its increase, hitting 31.7% in the month of February.
And in February, it drops another 55%, which is another 10 racks off my salary. And now I'm like, all right, what the hell's going on here?
The West African nation of Nigeria is on the brink of an economic meltdown.
People are struggling with food security.
I cannot afford to buy petrol to power my generator.
It's common for kids to come up to your Uber and beg for food and money.
Basic necessities have become luxuries for people in Nigeria.
I feel like I've seen more people out partying and drinking recently as a form of escapism. I've been warned not to stay out as late. There's been more protests and sometimes even rioting.
The Nigeria Labour Congress is on the march again.
Suffering for the worker. Over 150 million Nigerians are living below poverty.
Tinubu's policy changes unleashed a tidal wave of economic turmoil.
Marginalized groups are struggling especially, and if I had to guess, I'd say things are likely to get worse than they are to get better.
Incidents of food theft and looting of warehouses are becoming a common sight in Nigeria.
Relax, man.
How much you give out to that?
Now five.
Account number, please.
00.
Yeah.
74.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, shit is kind of hitting the fan, to be honest. So when I get monetized, I want to donate the proceeds to some kind of relief fund. So let me know which one to do. Drop a like and sub. Later, guys.
The reason why we ration the diesel, which I told you, is because of the inflation of the price of diesel. I believe.
How much more are you asking for the service fee? Do you know the number?
And then you can imagine running generator 247 for 24 hours. That is how it was going. Then from those hours, the generator has to rest from 3 to 1, few hours.
Okay.